Welcome to a virtual tour of Villa Montessori Early Childhood Campus. My name is Marilyn Burback, and I've been asked to give a short history of the school. I personally have had a very long history with Villa Montessori, starting in 1979 when my husband Jerry and I enrolled our two young sons in the primary program. In 1989, my husband was asked to buy the school. So yes, we did buy the school in 1989. Time I became the director for the next 17 years. When it was time for us to retire, we sold the school to the not-for-profit corporation Villa Montessori, Inc. that was in existence since 1965. It is a not-for-profit 501c3 corporation. I'd like to just go back and start with the founders, the people who started Villa Montessori, and that was in 1962 when there were a group of people, 5 couples, who would meet regularly and they would discuss models of education. When they came to Montessori, they all decided this is what we want for our children. The first challenge was that there were no Montessori schools in Arizona, and the second challenge was the only training site where Montessori teachers could be certified was in Connecticut. One of the couples, Dr. Wallace Reed and his wife Maria, made a very profound sacrifice. Maria took their 3 youngest children and a nanny and drove to Connecticut to be trained as a Montessori teacher. She stayed there for a year. When Maria came back, the other couples put money behind her, and they started the first Villa Montessori school. It was simply one classroom at a church over on 25th Street in Thomas for a year. In the second year, they were able to purchase the property where the current early childhood campus is today. Eventually, a couple years later, they started an elementary 1 for 2nd and 3rd grade, and several years later, an elementary 2, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. In 1995, we were able to get a charter, and our charter allowed not only the continuation of the elementary school to grow, but allowed for an addition of a middle school. So today, Villa Montessori has several campuses. The early childhood campus, which has infants and toddlers and 6 classrooms of preschool, which also includes the kindergarten. And then across the street, we have an administration building, 6 classrooms of elementary 1 on the west side of the property, and on the east side, 6 classrooms of elementary 2. We were able to build a beautiful new campus a couple years ago for our middle school. 48 7th graders and 48 8th graders in a beautiful new campus. So that brings you up to date as the history of Villa Montessori. Thank you for being here.
So great of you to join us to take a closer look inside our infant and toddler environments. The importance of the age of birth to 3 years cannot be overstated, for this is when the personality develops. Maria Montessori. The Montessori environment for infants accommodates non-mobile and crawling infants in a peaceful classroom environment. Here, the infant safely explores, feeling secure in the presence of loving adult caregivers. The environment includes developmentally appropriate furniture and materials. Safety is paramount, but equipment that limits a child's freedom of movement is avoided. Instead, specifically designed furniture supports your child's budding independence, including bars for pulling up, mirrors to reflect, child-sized tables and chairs rather than high chairs. A Montessori environment for very young children gives your infant or toddler the freedom to safely explore and learn through discovery. The setting is calm, inviting, and homelike, with soft rugs, a rocking chair, books arrayed on low shelves, and toys in baskets. Colors are muted, the atmosphere peaceful, the space is organized, clean, and uncluttered. The Toddler 1 environment accommodates children ages 12 months and walking to 24 months. Being independent lays the foundation for a strong sense of self and for having healthy relationships later in life. They learn how to wash their hands and how to use the toilet. In this way, toddlers are free to move around the environment, to get a drink of water whenever they are thirsty, to safely carry their activities from the shelf to the table or floor. Toddlers feel a sense of connection to the larger community because they contribute to the whole. Traditionally, adults often show their love by doing things for the child, such as picking them up and carrying them from one place to another, putting on their coat, wiping their nose. Adults are efficient and want to get things done as quickly as possible. For toddlers, the goal is not to get it done quickly, but rather to learn how to do it by themselves. It is the greatest gift we can give a child, to slow down and patiently give them the time they need. Whether that means walking slowly, waiting without speaking to allow a child time to let the words come, or dealing with a little bit of a mess because the child poured their own milk. Montessori teachers show their care for the child by helping the child to gain independence, modeling and showing how to do things patiently, breaking tasks down. The Toddler 2 environment accommodates children ages 24 months to 36 months. In the toddler environment, your child will find materials and experiences to stimulate their sensitive periods for this age, which include movement, language, order, and a love of small things. Through our daily observations of each child, we are able to gain further knowledge of where the child is developmentally in order to continue preparing the environment to meet his or her needs, while continually guiding, challenging, and supporting the child. The adult is seen as a guide rather than a teacher. She designs and creates a safe environment that supports and encourages exploration. She chooses beautiful, natural, and engaging materials that invite curious and joyful learning. She models a calm demeanor with interactions that foster cooperative social interaction. Thank you for joining us to take a closer look at our infant and toddler program here at Villa Montessori. Should you have any further questions, please reach out to our enrollment coordinator. Thank you.